Okay, we're live. Hi, everyone. My name is Georgette Truan. I work for the law office of Vincent Davis. And in fact, I am with Attorney Davis today in court in San Diego. I drove him for one of our clients' trial case. And I have with me today and forever, Stacy. Welcome back, Stacy. How are you?
Hi, Miss G. So happy to see you today, and you look so fabulous. All
You
dolled up
too.
in the car in a convertible in the California sunshine. There's no competing with that, girlfriend.
Hey, you're sitting where? Where are you sitting right now? You're sitting in Panera, right?
I'm
You're
sitting
in
in
Panera.
Panera.
I know. So Stacy has a lot to share with us today, and me and her were talking in our my drive home with, I mean, my drive home, my drive to the courthouse with Davis. Um, she wants to share very important information, and I will also share what I know about the domestic violence shelters. Okay, Stacy, go ahead and take over, baby.
Oh, well, first of all, Miss G, I just want to say how wonderful it's so back to be on the show with you. And you're an inspiration to me, and I look up to you, and I trust you. And I think that you help a lot of people because you're such a good person, and it's so good to be back on with you.
I love you so much, Stacy. Thank you so much for that. I'm so happy you're back. I really, really am.
I'm very happy too. Um, and, I can't think of a better way to be back together than to celebrate with telling everybody that an attorney for Child Protective Services, not like Mr. Davis, who fights against the system, but actually this attorney worked for CPS.
Hmm.
Um, he was hired knowing he was a sex offender. It was public knowledge at the time of his hiring. And what do you think might happen if you hire an attorney who is already a sex offender to work for Child Protective Services? Well, the common sense thing happened, and he raped several women, and including sex trafficked a 16-year-old that was in DSS custody. And he pled guilty. And How to Fight CPS and Win, Real Talk with Miss G, was there on the scene, and we got actual footage of Nicholas D'Angelo after his hearing that determined he was a level 3 sex offender, which is the highest level sex offender. And he had 165 points to be a level 3 sex offender. It only takes 110. He was 165 points. And that's because when he was 16, he raped a 14-year-old or sexually assaulted a 14-year-old girl in a school hallway. And that was considered with the current findings that of his pleading guilty for several rapes, including the 16-year-old this time. So we got actual video footage of him exiting the courthouse after being determined a level 3 sex offender. So if you want to share that for everyone to see, um, like you said, Miss G, the system is correct. And here's proof that CPS are the abusers, not us people.
Yes, you got that one right. And you know what's so funny? Not funny, haha, but
Irony.
yeah, huh?
Irony funny. Yes.
Yeah. Um, they put children in New York. The last case that I was doing my research on, two children, ages 9 and 11, in a sex offender home. Who is the foster parent?
Yes.
The CPS knew he was a sex
Yes.
offender,
Yes, it's true.
and yeah, these kids were being sex trafficked, and
Mm-hmm.
for years and years, and the parents were concerned, very concerned about this, and CPS did absolutely nothing about, and they
Yeah, I
wanted to keep the case on the hush hush.
Yeah, I don't know if we're talking about the same case. Maybe it happened more than once. But there was a report out, and it was called Shame on US. And
Uh-huh.
they detailed that story where a sex offender was able to be a foster parent and have children placed in his home. So I am aware of that case, but I don't know if we're talking about the same one or not, or if it just happened more than once.
um when was this case that you were talking
I
about?
want to say, Within the past 5 to 7 years, not recent.
No, this one is like this year.
Yeah, then it happened again.
Yeah, this one is this year. It's like like the beginning of the year. And when I started, when I started doing my research and I started researching and calling and investigating my own self about this, all of the sudden it was all over social media. All of the sudden it came down.
Yeah,
And I had to work on my account to be restarted again. They even shut my account down for some reason. My account was like shut down,
yeah,
my personal account,
yeah,
and I couldn't understand why. But I honestly believe that it has to do with something that I did by calling and investigating and trying to figure out, who the parents are of these kids. I wanted to contact the parents actually, but every time I came closer, I couldn't get a hold of anybody.
yeah. I don't know. Grace, are you able to play the video of Nicholas D'Angelo walking in handcuffs and his legs shackled? Former CPS attorney for Niagara County Child Protective Services, level C3 sex offender Nicholas D'Angelo. Yes, that was right after the hearing where he was declared a level 3 sex offender. He's going to be back in court in Niagara County, New York on October 20th at 2 p.m. to determine if he should receive a violent offender status. So he is currently disbarred as an attorney and has to, I believe, register for life as a sex offender. Are you on mute, Miss G?
Can't see, sorry. He's only in jail for like 6 months, right?
Right. So it's not consistent because where in the world does a level 3 sex offender only get 4 to 6 months? Because he got 6 months, but even might get out at 4 for good behavior.
This is so sad. I'm not trying to be funny about this. This is just sad. It's sad how they take children from parents who did absolutely nothing wrong, but yet they put children in harm's way, knowing that this attorney is a sex offender from the beginning. Am I right
From
or
his
wrong?
hiring. It was public knowledge. Grace, I don't know if you can show that too. The article I sent to the show that when he was 16 and raped or sexually assaulted a 14-year-old in a school hallway, but this was public knowledge, public information on the internet at the time of his hiring that he was already a sex offender before he was hired
Right.
for CPS.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is just, wow. But he's only getting 6 months while there's innocent people in jail who did absolutely nothing, had false allegation against them, and they're in jail more than 6 months. We're
Right.
talking about 10 years, 15 years. Some are 30 and life in jail that did
And it's
absolutely nothing.
and it's rumored he has internet access and has already been seeking women while he's in jail.
Oh my God. You know what? He needs his salad tossed for years and years and years in jail. 6 months of salad tossing, they probably have him protected as well, is not good enough for this guy. Because once they sniff that you're a sex offender and you molested children, they will toss his salad left and right, day and night. Um, they don't like that crap in jail. They don't like that. So I think I think the government is protecting him because I bet you anything he knows a lot that is going on in the department, and he probably most likely said, I will tell, I will expose, and they probably kept him on a hush hush. Or I could be wrong. I don't know.
No, I can tell you for sure that another attorney that worked for Child Protective Services in Niagara County, that man's children disclosed sex abuse, and this guy came and appeared on that case as well. And I think it was
Wow.
probably because he would cover up the other guy, you know, and And we took witness testimony on how to fight CPS and win of a gal who was a victim basically of all three attorneys working for CPS that were sex trafficking children. So there was Nick D'Angelo, the other guy I just told you about, and then there was a female attorney, and she had a lesbian relationship with a female foster parent, and they were kidnapping kids for that relationship. And the female foster parent was allegedly sexually abusing the kids. So it was at least three, and we have public witness testimony from that victim on this show in the archives.
Really?
Yeah.
Can we get them on, but disguise them somehow?
Well, she was already on. She already.
Oh,
We have it in the video archives of this
oh,
victim. Yeah.
I don't remember. When was that?
Yeah. It was the first person I interviewed ever when I was doing How to Fight CPS and Win the New York edition.
Oh my God, can you bring her back?
Sure. And in fact, what happened is she was a victim of a pedophile, and they caused the pedophile to get custody of her kids too. And then she got her kids back, and now that guy's in trouble.
Is he really in trouble?
Not really,
See what I
but
mean?
she has custody at least. So
But it does, well, again, let's talk about the domestic violence shelters, okay? If any of you have ever been told go to a domestic violence shelter by a police officer or by law enforcement or by CPS worker or by neighbors or by friends or whoever, don't do it. Because what happens is this, they know that you're a victim, but what they do, the shelters have contracts with the Department of Children and Family Services. They report all the children depending on the child's age. For example, if you have a child that's 3 years old or a year old or a newborn, those are the hot market ones, they call it. Those are the ones that are on high demand. So please, I'm begging you, try to go somewhere that is, I know some family members would report you to the shelter too, but they don't know. A lot of people do not understand how CPS operates. And unfortunately, victims are the ones who are going to suffer and the kids are going to suffer, but parents have no idea. I mean, I'm talking about relatives like grandparents and siblings, and they have no idea that the system is so corrupt that no matter what you do, um, no matter how much you try to help the mother or the father of the children, it's not going to even matter because what CPS wants, CPS will get. It's kind of like no matter what you do, they will get, especially if they know that the mother of the children or the father of the children have absolutely no family support. See, this is what's important is family. There is no end in family. There is no end. Family is forever. Family is love. So when you neglect your family or when you abandon your family in need, then there's something wrong with you as a human being because you're allowing the demons, these demonic entities, people who are literally possessed, break your family apart. So they don't want unity. We keep saying this over and over again. They don't want unity. They want division. They want to conquer. Remember, divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. How do you divide? Deceive. Deception. Deception creates division. Lies creates division. You know, they're smear campaigning a good person's name, who is the mother, for example. That's division. So remember, the enemy will smear campaign you, the mother or the father, before they move in for the kill. So oftentimes, sorry guys, the ambulance is going by. Before you make a decision about domestic violence shelter, please think again about that. I mean, Stacy, I don't know what your feedback is about what I just said, but this is proven. I have literally went to a lot of shelters I've asked a lot of questions in LA County, and I've spoken to three supervisors, people that volunteer to supervise in these shelters, and they all said the same thing, but they're afraid to report it because, they don't want to be involved with the government really like that. But they said that most of the people that volunteer there or work there, they literally work one-on-one with CPS.
Well, I have heard even when victims of domestic violence get money because of the fund for victims, that they keep those names too and then come back around and go for those kids from the
Yes, they
parents
do.
that took the money for the victims fund.
Yes, they do that. They do that. So
Dirty.
basically, either way, anytime you have a child, stay away from trouble. And dads, fathers, mothers, stay away from issues. No need to call the police because your significant other is out with the boys having a drink. No need to call the police because you want to get child support from the dad and you decide to report him for domestic violence. It's going to backfire on your ass. Everything that you do will backfire on you. God don't like ugly. Anything
Miss
you do
G,
will backfire on you. Yes. Yes.
I was watching a minister, and he was giving a preach about his potty mouth preach. But the same thing applies here. You know, I used to kind of swear more than I should, and so I took his potty mouth preach to heart. But what he said was, what he said was, you know, if you want to talk like that, that's up to you. But for me, he says, I am not letting the garage door open like that to my house. If you want to open up the garage door like that and let the devil in your house, that's up to you. But I'm not going to do that. And so the same thing applies. You know, don't
Yeah.
get yourself in trouble because
Yep.
the repercussions are more than face value. They're going to come after your
Hmm.
kids.
Hmm. And that's all they want is your kids. They're gonna tell you to leave your husband. They're gonna tell you to leave your wife. They're gonna tell you to do this. Everybody has arguments. Everyone, all of us, we argue. We argue with our siblings. We argue. Life is hard. Life happens. But keep in mind, destroying someone else's name, destroying someone else's ability to gain something for you will backfire on you. Again, I will repeat that. There is no need to call the police if your husband is watching the show. A game. No need. If your husband didn't take out the trash, don't call the police. If your girlfriend told you that she saw your husband at a restaurant with another woman, unless she has photos, I don't care if she's your best friend or she's your college friend or she was your roommate, it doesn't matter. Unless she has proven evidence, and even then, if it's proven to you, take a deep breath before you talk to him. Either
Because
way,
you might
yeah,
be
go
paying the
ahead,
ultimate
Stacy.
price. Yeah,
Yeah,
because if you do, you might be paying the ultimate price, which isn't, you know, holding somebody accountable. It's losing your kids
right.
and losing your
And
kids
that's
to sex traffickers, not even to a better home, to actual sex traffickers. The
exactly.
the United States Department of State releases uh, reports on human trafficking every year. And the report released in June of 2023 said for the past 5 years, things have not changed. Children in foster care are the main source of sex trafficked children in the United States. So remember that. Remember to protect your kids. It's not about your immediate needs of, you know,
Mm-mm.
something that's of low yield, because the higher price you might be paying is your kids.
And that is the God honest truth. The higher price you will be paying is your kids. And just keep that in mind. And Stacy, I hope you're going to join me tomorrow on the show. Um, there's another show me and Stacy are going to be on tomorrow. Forgot the name of the show, but damn, I don't have anything with me. I'm not organized today.
Miss G, it's because tomorrow's Friday the 13th. It's already
I
gotcha.
know,
But you know, in
I
some
know,
places in the world, it's already Friday the 13th. In the Philippines, it's already Friday the 13th.
I know. I know. I know. I hate Friday the 13th. Believe me, I can't
And
stand that day.
it's Friday the
I hate
13th,
it.
the same month as Halloween too. It's like double whammy.
I know. And Friday the 13th is when witches come out, right? Like they do some witch stuff, I guess.
So keep your garage door closed so you don't let the devil in your house.
Yeah, well, it's not. Well, the devil cannot enter your home unless you invite them. Just so you know, I'm
Right.
being honest. They cannot enter
Yes.
your home unless you invite them. That's why they enter people. That's why they enter specific people because they want you to invite that person in. Once you invite that demonic, possessed person in your home, you already invited the devil in. That's why God told us to be careful who we entertain. We don't know who we're entertaining, but you know them if they are from God or not from God. So I'm telling you right now, do not let your friends influence you because they could also be possessed by Satan. There is no such thing as leaning on people, or you lean on God and you lean on not even your own understanding. Let God guide you. God will send you the right people to guide you. God is not going to send you a demon to guide you. Okay? He's going to send you the right person. So, um,
And
just,
Miss G is that right person. Miss G gives good advice, and it's advice from her heart.
oh my God, Stacy, you're making me blush. I
It's
love you,
true.
Stacy.
I
Thank you
say what
so
Miss G
much.
does is what I do. I listen to you, Miss G.
Thank you, baby girl. Thank you so much. And if you guys have any questions about the domestic violence shelters that I'm talking about, you can always call me on my work number, my direct work number. Just not today because I'm still in San Diego with Davis. I'm still waiting for the trial to be over. God knows I'm not sure when it's going to be over, but you know, you can text me definitely on that number as well. That's 626 631 8901. You can always text me on that, my work number.
Miss G,
Stacy,
do you like my shirt today?
I can't see a damn thing. Let me
It's
see.
okay
What
if
does
you
it
can't
say?
see it. I'll tell you what it is. It's the shirt from the Underground Railroad, the people that did the Sound of Freedom. Yeah,
Right. Where did you get this?
from their website.
Okay, send me the website because I tried to
Okay.
get the shirt and it took me to Amazon. I'm like, what is this about Amazon? Every time I search something, it goes straight to Amazon. Um, but yeah, send me the link. I really want to order one, and I actually want to wear it, and I want to try to wear it on all the shows. What do you think?
You
Like
might need a
dedicate?
couple then.
I know that's so true. I could wear I can wear the same one over and over again. No,
Except you're on the show like what, 3 days a week at least?
yeah, I can wear it for the week, just for the show,
Well,
just for
yeah,
the
maybe if you
show,
wear a shirt underneath, then you can wear it for every single show, right?
right? Yeah, just for the show. Oh my God! I mean, I really want that shirt, and did I tell you that I actually bought the movie Sound of Freedom?
Did you?
Yep, I
Yeah.
actually bought it.
In our town, I started a court watching group. Um, and so our organization donated. They had the website for tickets, where you can donate so people could go for free. So we did that, but I didn't
Are they
purchase.
still playing? Are they still playing it in theater? Because
Oh,
I have it now where I can just buy it and have it
nice.
forever.
Yeah, I think you must have just bought it because I just saw it
Yeah,
on there.
yeah, just now, like today, this
Good
morning.
for you.
Yeah, I did it
I brought
around 5:15 in the morning.
I brought my 13-year-old twins to see it
Did
when
they
it was in the
cry?
theater. No, and you know what? I didn't know what to do because when you don't know what's in a movie before you see it, you don't know if the movie's appropriate for kids or not. And but it was PG-13, so I trusted them, and it was appropriate for 13-year-olds. And at the end of the movie, they told me in the car on the way home that I was a good mom for showing them that movie to make sure that they're safe.
Well, you know what? I showed it to hold on a second. Sorry, I thought that was Davis texting me. It's not him. Usually he'll text me and tell me he's ready to be picked up. Um, but I showed it to my friends' kids, and their ages 8 and 13. and the 8-year-old cried. The
Oh,
13-year-old was terrified. He was terrified. And now he's protecting his cousins, you know what I mean? His
it's that bad though.
sister. It's like now he's like watching for every move in the school. It's like he doesn't even want to go to school anymore. That's
Oh,
how bad it is. Because
yeah,
he
but you
said
know what?
there's
It is
uh-huh.
bad in the schools though.
Yeah, it is. It is very bad. And that's why he even told us a lot of stuff that teachers are telling him. He told us a lot of stuff that he hears from other children. There is a security guard at his school that is selling what do you call it? Sex tapes, sex videos, whatever you want to call it. And when his mother reported it to the school principal, right? You know what this principal told her? To mind her business. The second day, she wasn't allowed to go pick up her kids. They told her she's not allowed to go inside to pick up her kids, and she would have to email the principal or the teacher to bring the kids outside.
What are you going to do about them, SG? Because I don't think I would just let that slide.
Well, she hired her office, so I mean, what I'm saying is that I'm just letting you guys know that it happens everywhere. It's not just in the White House. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. All the
It's
schools, all the nurses, all the doctors, not all the
it's
nurses, but
it's
some
definitely
nurses, some
not.
doctors.
It's
Yeah,
not socioeconomically defined, and people need to be careful about that because, like, when you look
yeah,
at the sex offender registry, they look like all creeps,
right,
and they're not. It's not socioeconomically defined. It's not religiously defined. It's not by ethnicity.
right.
It's everybody. So you do have to be careful of everyone, not just people that look creepy.
See what I mean? Yep. And that's, and I want you guys to understand that if you can do it, homeschool your children. If you can do it, get out of the state and don't let anyone know where you are. Just, don't let anyone know where you are. Just raise your children until they become at age, guide them, educate them about real life, and let them go to college and all that to educate themselves and to be something better in society,
Yeah.
and to be able to help other people, other children, in the system. I pray to God that we have our new generation think ahead and become attorneys, like, be able to change, or to be in office, to make a difference, in the world. And as I said yesterday on the show last night, voting is not going to help because they're all going to change. They're all going to be corrupted. It's a disease. It's an infectious disease. It's a virus. Okay. Um,
And I do believe, Miss G, I do believe the schools are trying to desensitize children to deviant sexual acts and behaviors,
yeah.
to remove those natural bells and whistles from
Right.
alarming so that
Right.
they know when they're in danger. And I
Right.
do believe the schools are doing that to our children.
Yes. And they're doing that purposely.
Yeah.
Purposely. So just to let you know, don't ever underestimate the government. Don't ever think you're above the government. Don't ever think you have rights. You don't have rights. We don't have rights unless the whole entire United States of America stands up together, rallies all of us together. Whether you have a CPS case or not, we need to be out there. That's what people don't understand. Voting is not going to help. And I used to say voting because Davis said it, but then I thought about it. They all scumbags, all of them.
Miss G,
Yeah.
that's why I
Uh-huh.
started the court watching organization because people need to get off the couch, need to go in the courtroom and add that extra layer of transparency to foster more judicial integrity because they don't like being exposed for the dirty deeds they do. And if people are in there and watching their adjudication, it does have an effect and it does impact the decisions being made. So people really need to get out there and go in and court watch. It's very effective.
I want to ask you something, Stacy. Somebody wrote something on the screen. Can you look at it? And I know you're typing, Stacy. Can you look? Can you look at? Can you read it?
Yeah, I would say that that is a conflict of interest, and
But can you read it out loud? Can you read it out loud?
I don't know why they're saying CYS.
I think him. I think Mama Bear meant
CPS.
CPS.
A,
Yeah.
if a CPS worker has a personal relationship with the person who called CPS on me, is that a
Mhm.
conflict of interest? So that would be because it would be, and if the, I would think if the CPS worker is an actual social worker, there's social worker ethics that they should have, and not just municipal or state conflict of interest rules, but also, like I said, there should be social worker ethics there as well, and they should be removing themselves from the case. And if it's a significant enough relationship, I almost wonder if they shouldn't have the case transferred to another county to insulate the case from that person's effect. What do you think, Miss
Wow.
G?
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. Is there another question I don't see?
um I took this for
I don't know if Grace can post the questions. Grace, can you post the questions because I can't post them from my phone.
uh
I think Grace is I don't know if there's any other questions. Probably not. Did Grace type something? I can't see.
yeah, there isn't anything up right now. Grace, can you also put up the article about Nicholas D'Angelo when he was 16 years old and the judge was going to monitor him? That's the article that proves that he was hired with it being public knowledge that he was a sex offender too. Just so that people can click on that and read both articles.
I think that'd be a good idea.
Yep, that's the one that it was proof that he was hired knowing that he was, with it being public knowledge, he was a sex offender. Yep. Yep. Yeah, and I think that they should be doing investigations of every single case he was ever involved with.
All of this crap is not gonna stop until somebody stands up, all of us together, and I really believe that rallying is the best option.
Yeah, people have to. Yeah, like that person that just commented and asked if it's a conflict of interest. Um, I really think that they're going to need legal assistance to get CPS to comply with the law too, because they don't just do it so willingly necessarily.
But what makes you think that a legal assistant can do that, though? Give me an idea.
An attorney to,
Yeah.
if CPS was called and there's a conflict of interest there, um, well, okay, to backtrack a little bit, uh, from my opinion,
Hmm.
corruption cannot exist without conflict of interest, but conflict of interest can exist without corruption. Um, so when you go back to that saying, um, a lot of times when they intend to be corrupt, then they have conflict of interest in there intentionally so that they can do their deed, their dirty
Okay.
deed, right? So
Right.
they, if they want that to be there, if that conflict of interest is there by design, by
Hmm.
intent, they're not just going to give up that position and do the right thing and transfer it to another venue. You're going to have to fight for that. And
Okay.
um, yeah, and I don't know. I mean, people maybe remember, but my ex-spouse was an attorney for CPS as well, and I've been fighting for years to get the venue changed, and um, it's not an easy battle to get the venue changed. It's not easy at all because they want it there on purpose so that they can help their guys out.
Wow. Well, attorneys have it. When I was driving Davis to court today, the whole the whole entire ride, he had a lot of paperwork in front of him, and he was going through, you know, the briefs and what have you, and talking like he was coming up with strategies in his mind about today's trial. And a lot of people think attorneys, oh yeah, they can just go to court and win, right? No, because everything that is pertaining to your case, Attorney Davis has to know about. He has to know about. But what you guys do is you guys want him to handle everything that same day when there's a court hearing, right?
Yeah,
It
don't
doesn't
wait till
work that
last
way.
minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering if that's why you were driving him so that he could study his records on the way there.
No, he just, he just, no, he does that to me all the time, Stacy. He does that to me all the time. Sometimes we argue, sometimes we bicker back and forth, and sometimes it's a smooth ride. Yeah. So that's Stacy, where'd you go? Stacy.
Yep. Someone just tried to call me and it kicked me off.
Hey, do you
Sorry.
remember that girl that was staying with you for a little bit? Is she still gonna? Does she want to join?
Yeah, she'll join us. Yeah, she's still with me. Uh huh.
Okay, I want her to join. I haven't. I still have her number. I just
Yeah,
remember I have
she'll
to.
come on.
I have to. I have to work on my teeth tomorrow too. So
Oh dear. Yeah.
after work, it's really painful. They give me
Yeah.
ibuprofen, but they said I have to take it with food. I'm like I can't chew on either side, the left or the right. So like what
Get
the heck?
liquid. Get liquid
She
ibuprofen.
said. She
Get
said
the
no,
pediatrics.
no.
Yeah.
No, she said I can drink chicken broth or beef broth or something like that.
Yeah, you can probably put it in like applesauce, crush it and put it in applesauce too. But you
I
know, you
feel like
can.
I'm my mother right now, for real. It's like, seriously, applesauce, I'm gonna have to live on Jello for a while. See, that's what you guys get when you're scared of needles like I am. You wait until the last minute and everything is messed up. Just like finding an attorney, you wait until the last minute and everything is messed
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
I'm
You
I'm
can.
I'm terrified of needles. That's why I don't like doctors. I don't like dentists. I I haven't gone to a dentist for 10 years. 10
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, people that I've helped in ways through their cases,
Yeah.
it's always way easier to help from somebody that's in the beginning and prevent all the damage than it is to get
Yeah.
involved after the case has been around for a long time and all this damage is
Yeah.
done and trying to reverse
See?
it. And so
And I thought about it.
you save yourself a
Yeah.
lot of money if you do the right things at the onset of your case versus delaying and then letting all the damage unfold. Like that
Yeah. And
conflict of interest case, really get an attorney involved and get the case out of that venue ASAP before they do all their damage, and then you have to try and undo it.
right. So again, that is an example of my teeth. I
Yep.
I waited to the last minute and I was thinking about it when I was at the doctor's. I mean the dentist office, and I'm like, oh my God. And the dentist looked at me, she's like, ma'am, do you understand you're diabetic and that's not good for you? I'm like, yes, I do. She said, you could die. Like you
You
could
can.
literally die.
You can.
And then she was mad. And then I said, well, I'm scared of needles. She said, would you rather be injected with the needle? I mean, needle
Well,
in your gums
I
or
will tell you
die?
if you get bacterial endocarditis from untreated dental problems, you'll have to have IV antibiotics for a long period of time.
She told me. She scared the crap out of bejesus out of me. There you go. Um, I told her, I said, I will see you tomorrow. I will not miss my appointment, I promise. And it's gonna be some work done. It's gonna be painful. And none of my friends want to come with me and hold my hand. I'm like, I just need somebody to hold my hand when they put the needle in there because I have issues with needles. I'm telling you, I faint.
Yeah, but
I
Miss
faint.
T, they can put like rub lidocaine or something on your gums because it's a
That doesn't
mucosal
work.
surface.
Doesn't
Oh,
work.
okay.
And the reason for that, by the way, the reason for that is because I drink a lot of coffee before. and I stopped drinking coffee for a while. I went to green tea, and she told me because of the caffeine in my system, it causes the things that they rub on your gums before the shot is given doesn't work. You feel it. I feel it. That's what she said. I don't know, because I told her, I said, I feel the pain of the needle is severe and I faint. She said, you must drink a lot of coffee. That's what she said. I don't know how much that is true, but that's what she told me. So, what do you think? You're a nurse. Tell me, is that true?
I think Miss G that I think Miss G that you need me to come out there and take care of you.
Are you
And
gonna
right,
hold my
we need to
hand?
drive. And then we need to drive around in that convertible in the sunshine too. I think that's part of the therapy.
You know what? That's your answer as no, she's lying to you, right?
No, I said
You're trying to be nice about it. You don't want to make her look like a liar. But that's
no.
what
You
she
got to
told
take care
me.
of yourself. You got to take
No,
care
I'm
of
talking
yourself.
about the caffeine. Is that true? Is that true?
Oh, about the caffeine? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. They would know better than me because I don't. As a physician assistant, I don't go injecting people's gums all the time. Sometimes, but not on a as often as a dentist would.
What did player Mike say?
He says, Miss G, I'm afraid of needles too.
Oh my
That's why I
gosh.
don't get an uh, epidural for 3 children.
See? Oh my God. Oh, honey, I I'm telling you, every time they take blood um or God, or I have to take a shot, two nurses have to hold me, two male nurses. So what happens is I faint for a long period of time. So needles and I do not mix since I was a little girl. So yeah, there's absolutely just looking at a needle, I will faint. I have to close my eyes.
You better keep that diabetes under control, Miss G.
No, my diabetic needle is like as small as a. It's so tiny. I don't
You
even
okay?
feel it. Yeah, I'm talking about the big needles. Yeah, the diabetic needle. There's two syringes, right? So mine is the pen. I have the pen, and you can choose the length of the needle, the size of the needle. Mine is the smallest one. It's like a little poke. It doesn't even go all the way in your skin. Like it does, but not all the way there. So it's like for crybabies is made for crybabies. Yeah.
So, Miss G, aren't you glad that they arrested a sex offender who worked for CPS though?
I am so happy, but I'm not happy the fact that he stayed there. He was in jail for 6 months only. That's it.
I know,
That
but I think
part I'm not happy about.
I agree 100%. But I think it's also just it's good news for people who know that they're good parents and that they were treated unjustly, and now to see who was judging them from within and what they
Right.
really are. I think
Right.
this is a good thing, and I think that more are going to come to light. And I'm going
Right.
to do a little bit of homework, Miss G, and find that case from a few years ago where they knowingly hired a sex offender to be a foster parent too. And I'm going to look for that, and I'm going to find it for you because it was a New York case. This one from
But
the
that
past,
happened to. But that happened to. But that
right?
happened everywhere. That's in
Yeah,
New York, Minneapolis. There's one in Idaho, another one in Oregon, Virginia,
yeah,
Florida,
right.
Georgia, um,
Yeah. So it's
Mississippi,
coming.
even. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
coming to light. It's coming to light, and it's really once you explain to people, it's very easy for people to comprehend. You know, who we're foolish to think that if pedophiles could infiltrate the churches and result in the Catholic priest scandal,
Right.
why would we think that our own government with positions that are of dealing with children and sensitive positions like that are impervious to it? They're not. They're
They're
just as
not.
susceptible. They're just as susceptible to infiltration of pedophiles and trafficking. And so, if you can recognize the priest scandal, you can recognize that this is happening in our own government.
Yep. And it's not going to stop. The people have to have a voice. We don't have a voice. You know what our voice is? Social media. That's our
Right.
voice, but we need to be present. We need to be present, all of us together. All of us.
Yeah.
Imagine, I'm telling you guys, if the government sees us all on the street rallying from county to county, and especially in Washington, believe me, they're going to be very frightened. That's what
I
people don't understand.
I should fly out to California with you guys and get some court watching groups started up for Mr. Davis when he goes to court, and have a following of court watchers go with him to his cases.
I already
We'll start
started.
watching.
I start.
Did you?
It's so funny that you say that. Me and him talked about it already, and what it is, there's only 3 people I got so far, but I'm
Yeah, keep
trying to get.
going.
Yeah, I'm trying to get more people so that way when we have a court hearing, you know what I mean, they
Yeah,
can be able to follow there. But I
yeah,
need a camera crew. I need a
yeah.
camera crew,
Right.
and
So
I have 2 people.
that's what
Hopefully,
I'm
they're in
trying to.
production. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get established here too. Because if journalists can enter the courtroom with their laptops and take pictures,
yeah,
why can't court watchers too? And then start our own newspaper publication, the Court Watcher, and so forth.
right.
Um, and get out there what the media doesn't publish, and the court watchers publish what the media doesn't.
I
But
think
people
that's a
really,
great idea over there too, Stacy.
yeah, and people really need to get in and court watch. Um, where I am, our court watching gets a little more assertive. Remember, it's your First Amendment right of public access to the courts. They shouldn't be kicking you out of the courtroom at all. Um, and we even file non-party witness affidavits to cases as court watchers and the things that we observed in the courtroom, which really helps because there's things that don't show up on transcript. If a judge shouted, that's not going to show on a transcript, um, or winked at somebody, or some things that court watchers might observe that don't show up on transcript. Or if somebody said, we'll say this off the record, but the court watcher heard it, and you know. So we file non-party witness affidavits to cases as well as
Uh-oh. Panera. Panera's Wi-Fi is slowing down, Stacy. She's frozen. But guys, okay, here you are. Yay! I said Panera is not working.
yeah,
Okay.
Panera took a little break there. So, but yeah, but when I talk to people, if they felt that court watching helped their case, they always say yes, almost always, because the judges are kind of a little more hesitant to do things when they know people are watching.
See, that's the thing. That's perfect that you said that. But a lot of judges don't want to be reported. A lot of judges, but if you look at other trials that was on TV, judges actually some judges don't care. They could do the wrong thing on national television, and they still
Right.
don't care.
But that's because they're calling people's bluff. You
Yeah.
know, they're showing that I can do this so boldly, and you'll just still sit on your couch and not say a word. People
Yep.
really need to get off the couch. It's so important right
Can
now.
you come to LA?
Yeah,
Can you?
I'll do it.
When can you come to LA? Like seriously, I'm not joking. Because you and I are gonna do this together. And
Sure.
actually, and Davis and I were talking, and he asked me, he's like, "Can Stacy move to LA?" I said, "I don't know. I don't know if Stacy can move to LA, but
I
if
will
you
tell you
if
this,
uh-huh.
Ms. G. Another thing that I did for court watchers is I made business cards, and I put, obviously the First Amendment right of public access to the courts on the business card, but I put on the back of the business card case law that gets your access to court watch, because criminal cases people pretty much court watch, and that's routine. But family court cases, you have the right to go in and court watch those too, and those are the ones judges try to scoot you out, and then help out CPS and do dirty things. So
Yep.
you have the right to watch family court cases too, and so I put that on the business cards. So if somebody walks up to the um, office before going into the courtroom and they try to deny you, you just give them the business card. You don't even have to assert your right. You just give them the business card, and it says everything that they need to show to get their access.
Wow. You know what? Show me that business card.
Yeah.
I would like to do that too. Honestly, Stacy, I mean, is there a possibility you can live here and New York?
I don't know about dual like places to live, but I'll be happy to come out and show you what I do to with our court watching. 100%, 100%, because it's effective. It's very effective.
Damn it, Stacy. Well, you can stay with me.
Yeah, I'll come stay with you, and then
Yeah.
and I'll show you. I'll share with you the things that we do. Um, it's very
Yeah.
effective. It's very effective.
I think we should hang out.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe I'm gonna time it with the other attorneys. There's three attorneys I'm going out with. I'm gonna time it with them and let you know when, and let us know if you want to join us. You can
Yeah.
join the group. Yeah.
Yeah. With my work, I just do like 13 shifts a month, and sometimes I have 2 weeks off in a row or something. I can go do a trip, and then we can discuss this and get
Yeah.
something up and running.
And I'm
Mm-hmm.
also after New York. I'm gonna go to Texas. I want to visit Attorney Matthew Harris. He
Okay.
already knows. I'm gonna go visit him as well, and I wanna when I'm in New York, I wanna visit Attorney Michael. Me
Oh
and
yeah, I
you are
remember.
gonna go pay a visit. Yeah, we're gonna go
Yeah.
pay a visit to him.
Okay.
And so basically, what I would like to do, I would like to go meet all the attorneys in person and have a
Okay.
one-on-one interview with them.
Okay.
Maybe you and I can
Well,
do Michael one-on-one.
yeah, 100%. And again, I can
Yeah,
show him how we court watch here in New York State because I've gone all over New York State with the court watching thing.
yeah,
So I've gone all across New York State. I've flown in for other people's cases throughout New York State. And my business cards for him will be very effective if he wants to bring court watchers into his cases.
yeah. I think that would be a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to join forces with you on that. And I didn't take it that far. You have it like where it's further than what my plans were.
Well,
My
I've been
plans
doing it for a
were,
while.
yeah, my plans were to have reporters, like somebody with a camera and other people reporting this, on social media. And I wanted them to go to court with Davis, meaning even that not doesn't necessarily have to be in the courtroom. It could be outside the courthouse or something.
Well,
But
it's
I don't know how. Yeah,
it's even I found like so because I've been doing this for a while. So there are other court watching groups, but one of the things is that I behold and embrace is sometimes they if a judge says, oh, you can't be here, they just quietly walk out and they don't assert their right. The thing is when the judges and the staff are trying to kick you out, that's a case that you really actually need to stay for. Because if they want
right,
you to watch them, that means they got nothing. They're not going to do their they want you to see what they're going to do.
correct,
So it's the cases they don't want you to see that you have to assert your right to go in and watch. So there
right.
are tricks in my bag that I do that we get in on those difficult cases they don't want us in on, and that's
Right.
what's important.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So I guess we're gonna talk about with the when. You already know when I'm gonna do the other part, but we're gonna talk about when you're going to come to LA.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I'll request off because I know what that other part is, and I'll
Yeah, and
request
David,
off so I can
the
get
New
out and
York
I'll
part.
teach
I
you what
don't
I
want
do.
to. I don't
Yeah,
want to. Yeah, I don't want to say it all over social
yeah, yeah,
media, but
yeah.
yeah, but
No,
I
I'll
would
come
like.
out.
Yeah,
Yep,
and
I'll
then
come out and
Davis
teach.
and I will, and you will
Okay.
will talk.
Yeah,
Cool.
and before then I'll send you the business cards so you can see them, and I'll
Yes,
send
I
them
want
to
to see
Mike
them.
too. Yeah, if you want
Yeah,
to get me his address, I'll send them to him and you guys.
yeah. Well, we're gonna meet him when I get there. So
Yeah,
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 yeah. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Awesome. Great. So let's call an end to the show because I have to. I think I have to go pick up Davis hopefully at 3 o'clock, and I wanna get coffee before I drive back home. So thank you for joining me. You're actually amazing. Thank you so much for your knowledge, Stacy, and thank you so much for your research, and thank you so much for helping people. I mean, you do so much. There's a lot of stuff that you and I do behind closed doors that no one knows on social media. Literally, no one knows. And you share something with me today that we cannot share on social media either, because CPS will know what we do. We don't want CPS to know what we're doing. We're not trying to get credit for it. We're trying to help without anyone being hurt in the process. Okay. So that's very important. If you guys have any questions about domestic violence shelters, talk to Stacy. I think Stacy will fill you in. But Stacy also knows if you're a social worker, she's not stupid. She will, I don't know, she will make sure she knows who she's talking to. Am I right, Stacy?
100% Miss G. And
Yep.
thank you for all your love and caring and dedication that you give to people. And like I said, whatever you say, Miss G, you got me. I'm with you.
Love you so much. Davis heard you say that today in the car. When you said, whatever you want, Miss G, I got you. He smiled at me and he's like, he just shook his head down like that was nice. Like he really felt when you said that he smiled. He did.
He should. He should, because you're good for him, Miss G.
Thank you, baby. I love you so much, Stacy.
Love you too. Looking forward to
I
lots of fun with you, Miss G.
I know I can't wait. Okay, so tomorrow I know we're gonna go. You're gonna show me. You're gonna show me New York. You're gonna
Okay.
show me New York.
All
All
right.
right.
Yep.
I might move over there.
You can live in both places. You could be the one that lives in both places.
I might move there.
All right.
I might. Yeah.
All right.
If things look up, I might just move to New York.
All
I
right.
don't know yet, but we'll see.
Well, I got office space for you guys. You can open up an office here. We need you here bad.
I know. I'm gonna. Yeah. There's plans that we have in mind. It's not my place to say it. He will have to say it. You
Okay.
know.
All
But
right.
but we need you on the team.
100%.
Okay.
All right.
I love you.
Love you too, Miss G. Drive safely.
I will. I will see you tomorrow.
All
Bye,
right.
everyone. Love you guys. I don't see your comments. I can't see anything. That's why my glasses is like this because I can't see nothing.
Well, you look good, Miss G.
Thank you, baby girl. I will see you guys tomorrow. God bless you all. Love you and talk soon. Bye, guys.
Okay.